So hello and welcome, and thank you to everyone for joining this evening's webinar, which, as Martin has said, will be an introduction to membership with the Royal Aeronautical Society. So I will cover the Society and provide an introduction into professional institutions. I will touch on the benefits and the resources available to you. I will touch on the different grades of membership, as well as I will go through how to start an application, and as well as the various steps and information that will be required as part of the application process. So I will make these slides available, so you will have the information that is covered in the presentation. So the webinar really will be a good starting point. And also all the resources you'll need to apply for membership. So to make a start, I'll go ahead and start with an introduction. So the Royal Aeronautical Society is a professional institution dedicated to the entire aerospace industry. Society members come from a variety of aviation and aerospace backgrounds. We have lots of members that join the society and join our specialist groups from different backgrounds, such as pilots, air traffic controllers, and also business support functions. We were formed in 1866 with the purpose of advancing aeronautical art, science, and engineering, and to this day we continue to do this. Although we were formed 154 years ago, we continue to stay up to date and relevant for our industry, and as such, our key focus and strategy are to look at three priority themes, namely tomorrow's aerospace professional, the future of flight, and climate change and sustainability. So the idea really is that the work that we do and the specialist groups and conferences that exist are to tie into advancing in these particular areas. So with these key themes in mind, we work towards these themes through our activities with the Society. As a membership organization, we have over 25,000 members. Members represent a broad spectrum of the industry, as mentioned, including pilots, air traffic controllers, engineers, and a wide range of business functions. We are a global network with over 67 branches and divisions worldwide, and 37 located within the UK. We also understand the importance of our online reach now more than ever, and I will go through quite a few of our digital resources shortly. We uphold standards and we influence the profession through our learned output, which includes a host of conferences and specialist events, which are now all taking place through a virtual conferencing platform. Also, the Society's local branch network supports the local aerospace communities and creates a space for local industry professionals, students, and enthusiasts to come together. We also respond to government consultations, and we produce papers and articles on key issues, as well as have representation in international organizations. We also encourage people into aerospace and aviation as a career choice, and we do this through our careers outreach and education and skills. We have a dedicated careers website as well as a careers team, and we run STEM and outreach activities both in the UK and virtually. We have developed toolkits and other resources for schools and other educators to use in encouraging and promoting aerospace as a career choice. We are a registered charity, and this means that we are not-for-profit. The work that we do advancing in these areas of aerospace and inspiring the next generation is part of our charitable output. We play a vital role in inspiring and developing the future of our industry. We also have a dedicated, so as mentioned, we have a dedicated careers team providing advice and resources, and this is available to members whatever the stage you are in your career, and this service is provided virtually. The knowledge and content we put out in the industry is a very important element of what we do, and our members contribute to this output and ultimately our status as a learned society. We have a publications department producing our Aerospace magazine and regular insight content online. We also have a press policy and public affairs department who produce relevant and up-to-date content, including briefing papers. We have a strong emphasis in providing relevant and useful materials and opportunities for your initial and continuing professional development. All professional institutions will be similar in terms of the culture and in terms of what we do. However, for the society, it is in the context and the members we represent. So the society represents the aerospace community, and we strive to be the leader in our sector and in our learned output. As a professional institution, we facilitate networking amongst members in various forums and encourage professionalism through continuing professional development, a code of conduct, and through our graded membership. Just to touch on some of the membership benefits, we have a fantastic range of membership benefits to utilize throughout your membership with the society. The first of these is our Aerospace magazine, which you would receive a copy delivered to your door on a monthly basis. However, we also have this available online, and also we recently launched a magazine app, which includes access to the monthly magazine as well as regular insight blocks, providing in-depth analysis of the industry. Our specialist conferences and lectures hosted virtually on our brand new conference platform cover a variety of topics and are available live and on demand. Activities are still taking place through our branch network with virtual lectures. Additionally, as many of the society branches are now delivering these online in a virtual environment, there is opportunity to join lectures from other branches around the world. So, in terms of the current climate that we're in, we have opened up sort of a unique opportunity where people from all around the world are able to join lectures from other branches, which is really fantastic. Each grade of membership is designed to demonstrate a member's experience, skill, and academics in industry. We therefore provide different post-nominal at each grade of membership from associate upwards, meaning recognition that you are part of our influential institution and that you have met a minimum experience requirement. And I will touch a little bit more on the membership grades a little bit later in the presentation. So to touch on, just before I go on to the next slide, the Society also has a Medals and Awards program, which recognizes and celebrates individuals and teams who made an exceptional contribution to aerospace, whether it is for an outstanding achievement, a major technical innovation, exceptional leadership, or for work that will further advance aerospace. We have recently launched online platforms and made available more of our benefits virtually that ensure that society members are able to benefit from their membership no matter where they are, but also to ensure that we are providing resources and access to information. So these next few slides will concentrate on some of the platforms that our members have access to. So we have recently launched a new learning management system called RAeS, which is available to all members for free. This is a place for you to record your professional development and also view courses and specialist materials, including webinars, lectures from our network and branches and divisions. Also e-learning, there's modules and short courses. We have our e-books library, briefing papers. So essentially it's a place where our members can access all of our learned content, but also record their continuing professional development directly within the platform itself. RAeS is a mobile responsive and cloud-based system, allowing access across multiple devices. And we also have an app for RAeS that as a member you will have access to. RAeS also provides members with access to online IPD and CPD recording tool called MAPT, which is My Aero Professional Development. And really this is a place where you can record your progress and your CPD. You can upload and link evidence. You can record hours. and you can also reflect on the continued professional development that you have done. We have also recently launched a new careers platform, and again, this is available to members for free, and it is called Career Flight Path. And this is for you to use at any stage of your career. It provides a wide range of resources, including CV guidance, practice with interviewing, an e-learning hub, and also various assessments that you can have access to. We've also mentioned the Aerospace App, which is available to all of our members, and each month the magazine is there for you to access. It also includes other online content. Also, just to touch on a benefit that is coming soon is we will be launching a mentoring match platform, which will be available to members to join either as a mentor or a mentee. And this is for people who are looking for general career advice and would like to be matched with a mentor. So it's really kind of an online mentoring match service with other members. So this is, a fantastic tool that we look forward to launching in the next couple months. So the Society's activities are predominantly run by volunteers, and as a member, we have a number of volunteering opportunities you can get involved with. So this includes joining one of our specialist groups or a young person network, getting involved in your local branch. We have a women aviation group, and we also have various projects and groups and committees that members can get involved in. And also, I have to add, in terms of kind of the last year, we have seen more members from across the globe join our various groups and committees. As now these are meeting predominantly virtually, it means that we just have more representation from our members. So that has been fantastic. So just to touch a little bit on our specialist groups. So feeding into our goals are our specialist groups. They run events, contributing to and writing briefing documents, and ultimately providing vital content we make available to all of our members. They're a really great way to tailor your membership. You can join a specialist community, and you can receive some updates from a particular specialist group. But also there are for some members, there are opportunities to get involved in some of the groups themselves. And in terms of kind of looking at the list, the specialist groups are really representative of who we are as a professional institution, in terms of the breadth of that we represent in the industry and where our members come from. Okay, so just to touch a little bit on our membership grade structure. So to join, to apply for membership, you'll see that we do have a few different grades, and really our kind of membership grade structure caters for anyone who may want to join at any stage of their career. So starting from the bottom of the chart, students and apprentices can join us for free if they are studying full-time and enjoy the benefits of membership. However, we'll need to know that this is not a graded membership. Similarly, affiliate grade, which is for individuals with an interest in the aeronautical or aerospace sector. Again, this is not a graded membership. Memberships above the affiliate grades are all graded by the membership committee. So it means that your career and your qualifications are assessed. So as a rough guide, the next stage up is the associate grade, which is suitable to those who've recently graduated. That is based on having a level 3 qualification or above. You'll see the e-associate alongside this, and I will talk a little bit more about the e-associate grade. The associate member grade is a minimum grade required of having an ordinary degree plus 2 years experience, or having 12 years of experience. And the member grade is the minimum is based on having an honors degree plus 4 years of experience, or equivalent of an honors degree, or if you're applying through the non-academic route, it would be a total of 15 years experience with around 7 years of position of responsibility. And as we move up the grades, we do start to focus on your roles and levels of responsibility a little bit more. And the fellow grade is awarded to those who have usually attained a high level position within the aerospace within the aerospace industry, or have demonstrated a long career at a high level, or perhaps has made a significant contribution. If you are looking to apply for the society membership and unsure which grade you should be applying for, please do send a copy of your CV to us. I will provide our email address at the end of the presentation, and we'll be able to review that for you and make a recommendation on which grade you may be eligible for. I will also provide a link to our membership handbook, which provides much more information on this criteria, as well as provides examples of the type of roles and responsibilities that you would expect for someone working at a particular level to apply for one of these grades of membership. Okay, so just to touch on the e-associate grade, this as we may have some students and apprentices on the call, this is really available to any of our student apprentice members, or who may not be a member but currently a student or apprentice and due to complete their studies or training. And really, the e-associate grade is a discounted membership for the first year, and it provides it really just gives someone who's starting out in the industry some time to kind of get going before we move you along to the full associate grade. Okay, and I've have touched on the criteria for a member, but as we may have some people on the call that would kind of be looking at this grade, I have kind of mapped this out for you, as well as put a link of the membership handbook, and that will really outline the typical roles and responsibilities that we would expect someone to hold when applying for the member grade. Okay, so just to touch a little bit on the steps to membership. So we would encourage you to review the membership handbook. If you need any support and guidance, please do get in touch. We're happy to review your CV and also any questions you might have. But reviewing our website and membership handbook is a good place to start. And then if you go to our website and you create a RAeS user account, from there you can create an online membership application for students and apprentices, e-associates. The applications are reviewed by staff. For anything kind of associate, a member and above, they are reviewed by our membership committee. So it does go through a process of review. And then, of course, kind of following an application review, we will confirm your membership or provide feedback if a different grade of membership is recommended. Okay, so just to touch a little bit on kind of what's required as part of an application, we require sort of details of your qualifications. If you hold a formal qualification, if not, that's absolutely fine. But if you do hold a formal qualification, we would request that you provide details of those, as well as copies of your certificate. We will request a full CV, which includes all your roles with details of responsibilities and relevant training courses. If you have published any papers, we do like to see a list of those, as well as a organization chart. Really what the committee is looking for here is to demonstrate where you sit within your organization, so really who you report into and who your direct reports are. And then we do ask for details of 2 referees. For all of the grades except for fellow, they can be someone who knows you in a professional capacity. Now for the fellow grade, we do ask that you have fellows to support your application. And if they're not a fellow of the society, if they are a fellow of another professional institution, that also does work. And then of course, verification. So really once you've completed the online form, we just ask that you review that and submit, and that will go to your referee, and then they can provide any feedback. And then once your referee is happy, your application will be submitted to us, and we will put that forth for committee review. Okay, so just to kind of go through the application process. So as mentioned, if you go to www.aerosociety.com, that's your first port of call. And from there, you would click on either apply or login. Either one would take you to the correct screen, and you scroll down to non-members. If you already hold a online profile, then you would go straight to apply and you would log in. But if you are coming on to our website for the first time, you would go to the non-member section and you would create your details and create a login. And from there, you would be able to access what you need to start a application, whether it's student or for fellow. All of the grades of membership are included on here. Okay, so you'd click on apply now and you'd start filling out details about yourself, basic contact details. We'd want to know details of your employer if you're currently working, and then also selecting the grade of membership for which you wish to apply. So from here is where you would include details of your employment status. I'd like to know a little bit about you. And then in terms of qualification courses that you have completed, if this isn't applicable to you, then you would skip this step. And then from here, you would include any published papers, your career history, uploading your CV, and your organization chart. So really, this is just kind of a visual of the slide that I went through in terms of everything that's required. But in terms of, if you have your organization chart, you have your certificates ready, if you've updated your CV, this can be quite a quick process. And then, of course, providing details of your professional referee, and then verifying and submitting. So in terms of the process itself, it is quite simple. It's just knowing sort of how to navigate. Sometimes we have a few IT snags. So if you do experience anything when you're trying to apply, please just let us know. We can always help. So in terms of further support and materials, as mentioned, all of our grades of membership are on our society web pages. So it just goes into a little bit more detail into what I've already touched on. But also we have our membership handbook. So that really outlines the different grades, what's required, and also the typical roles. So I would always recommend for you to have a look there. But again, once you've done that and you have any questions, if you're still unsure which grade is best for you, please just get in touch, and we absolutely will be here to support you. And please do get in touch at our membership@aerosociety.com email address. So we do run, so for student affiliate, apprentice affiliate applications, e-associate, we don't run closing dates for those. So you can apply online and submit that at any point, and staff will pick that up and process. So in terms of kind of associate member and above, we do run on closing dates. So the closing dates for this year is, the remaining closing dates are September 7th and the 23rd of November. And then we run about 6 closing dates a year. So if you miss one, there's normally another closing date about 6 weeks later. And all of our details are there. So in terms of email address and a phone number, but yeah, just please do not hesitate to get in touch if you do have any follow-up questions. But as I said, I will make the slide available, so you do have access to this. And thank you very much.
Stephanie, thank you very much for your presentation. I'm going to hand you across now to Lalitia. Lalitia, I think you said you had some questions for Stephanie.
Yes, thank you, Martin. Thank you very much, Stephanie, for that presentation. Going into questions, we have one from Captain Rick, who's asking, how would retirees' applications be considered, and can retirees become fellows?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, so in terms of our retired prospective members, so we will be reviewing your application in terms of your career and the achievement that you've made. So it absolutely would be reviewed in the same way.
Right, thanks, Stephanie. We have one more question that came in earlier. You mentioned Aerospace and Career Flight Path. Could you elaborate on the difference between these two? And also, is it replacing My Career Path, which was the previous tool?
Yes. So just to kind of touch on the difference. So Aerospace is our learning management system. So we have been able to pull all of our learned sort of our online virtual content onto Aerospace. So we have our magazines available there, as well as our webinars and sort of key branch lectures. We do have courses, both free and paid for. All of our briefing papers are on there, so we sort of have, it's a one-stop shop for you to access all of our information, all of our sort of continuing professional development. But also it includes our CPD, and so our continuing professional development and initial professional development recording tool. So currently we have My Career Path, which is our current recording tool. So Mapped will replace that. So basically what we are currently doing in terms of members that have records on My Career Path, we are working with those members to move that information over to Aerospace and the sort of recording tool that we have available within there. So yes, Mapped, My Aero Professional Development, which is a platform within Aerospace, will replace My Career Path. So in terms of Career Flight Path, so this really is a virtual career center. So rather than sort of the recording tool, as well as having access to all of our content, the Careers Center, Career Flight Path, is really has career tools for people at various stages in their career. So it has guidance on CV. It has assessment tools. So it's really kind of a place for you to get help in terms of your career, and also in terms of guidance on putting together a CV and interview guidance, etc. So it's really much more kind of a, I would say it's aimed at some of our kind of early career professionals, but there are tools on there for our members at every stage of career.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Stephanie. Our next question says, does your referee have to be a member of the RAeS when you apply? Or is that only for a fellow member? And if yes, how would they know who is a member and who's not?
Yeah, so in terms of all of our membership grades, except for fellow, they need to know you in a professional capacity. So if they're a member of the society, fantastic. If they're not, that's absolutely fine. Now for fellow, it is a requirement that they are a fellow of a society or a similar institution. But we do, when we process applications, we do check that. So because we have access to our all of our members and fellows, so we do check that for fellow applications. But in terms of all the other grades, they need to know you in a professional capacity, and it's absolutely fine if they're not members.
Okay, thanks for that, Stephanie. Dolph, from a branch perspective, if I may add, we do help you find someone who can refer you. So please feel free to reach out to me at uae@aerosociety.com, and we'll help you find a referee. Does anyone have any further questions? You can type them into the chat box, or at this point you can raise your hand using the digital raise your hand option at the top right hand of your screen.
Any takers, Lilitia?
Not just now.
Okay, let me try and sum up, if I may, please. First of all, Stephanie, many thanks for your presentation and giving us that oversight of the society, the grades, and the application process. It is so important that society remains relevant to all its members, specifically the younger members, because they absolutely are our future. You've put a slide up there with the specialist groups, and the variety of those groups has to appeal to each and every one of us, at least one of the groups. The output of those groups are available to all members, and by getting involved with those groups, then you can help to shape and influence the direction of our industry, which is important. At a personal level, and people have heard me say this before, anything which makes you stand out from your colleagues or from other candidates going for a job is got to be grasped with both hands. And being a member of the society absolutely gives you that difference. So please, consider joining the society in any one of the grades that Stephanie has outlined, because being a member of the society will benefit you. I promise you. That's all I've got. If no questions have come in, Lilitia, I can